I accept a Levittown shop and deliver, and I had no luck with ship today. Every time I went to go accept one, they said, already taken. I was like, okay. So I did a couple of things after my scheduled delivery, and I ended up saying, okay, I'll take that one. And $15 payout, and the drop-off is at a location on Charles Lindbergh Boulevard. There's a lot of office buildings over there. So I know which one. I go, okay, office building 60, suite 100. I read the notes because I'm delivering to someone's job. So when I pull up, I realize, it's like a part of the court, like for tickets and stuff like that. People go there for that kind of business. A lot of police officers around. When I walked up, I read the notes. When I walked up, the man goes, we're closed. He was like, well, I would call her because I can't let you in. And I was like, oh, okay, I see the signs. They close at 4. I said, okay, no problem, thank you. So I call, and I'm like, hello, my name is Michelle. I'm delivering a Walmart delivery to you. And she was like, well, if you had read the notes, I said, meet me on the east side of the building at the door. I said, I did read the notes, ma'am. She was condescending. I did read the notes, ma'am. I don't say it in the notes. She's like, uh-huh. Okay, I said, I'll send you the pictures. I said, I'll be there in 2 minutes. Because it's no big deal. I was using my little cart. Oh, yeah, well, I just accepted it. I'm picking up a $15 payout at Home Depot in Levittown. Belmore drop-off, Merrick drop-off, and I'm going to call it a day. So I get to the side of the building. It only takes 2 minutes. And you could tell, like, she has an attitude. And I was like, oh, I said, right here. And I said, would you like to use my cart? Because she got a big container of Tide and 2 bags of food. And she was like, no. She was like, I'm at work. This is my Walmart order. And I was like, I know. I said, I could wait 5 minutes if you need my cart. She was like, I'm at work. I know. So, I mean, I said, okay, here you go, ma'am. She did give me $5. But the way I sent her the images, I wanted her to see. You did not add that into the notes because I took the time to read the notes. I knew where I was delivering to. And it wouldn't allow me to send a picture within the app. Of course not. So I went to my phone because customers contact me 30 minutes after a drop-off. Very often. They have your number. I don't care what these apps say. I've shared that with Grubhub. I don't know if it happens with DoorDash, but Uber Eats, they have your number. So I took a picture. I went to my phone. I said, I just called that number. Let me tap message and let me send her those 2 pictures. I sent her 2 because she's telling me. I wanted her to see the address. There was no note up there, and I wanted her to see her notes. And I did need a passcode. And I said, oh, thank you very much. I let it slide, but she was a very, when I saw her in person, monotone, like, my fuse is short. I use the service to save time. It's my order. I'm at work. I'm like, I know. It is a time saver. But she obviously has the type of job that, in my opinion, works for the town or something. All those buildings are, you work for the towns, you work for the state. So it's different. So that happened. That was weird. So I'm going to pick up this Levittown Home Depot pickup. Trip update from 1552 to 1184. I canceled this. View trip details. I'm going to continue. I already canceled it. And I gave it back. How dare they? I don't mind that I drove here. It's the principle. Visit myincomejob.com. Check out the sidebar. And browse the tag topics. Yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, my friend Rob, we send each other stuff. He really works the Suffolk County area. So today he was asked to set time aside. It's a scheduled delivery. His payout was going to be $214 because he was picking up $2,000 worth of food. And the order was split, but his payout was still going to be $114. Now look what happened. It just gets worse. It got more cut to $64. I disagree with that. That is cruel. That is mean. The app has someone who's capable of delivering $2,000 worth of food. He has the right equipment. He has a van or a truck van, one of those things. He has a large enough car. He don't need assistance with a $2,000 order. He don't. Today I delivered over $100 worth of guac food. Inflation has gone up so high, and I packaged them, piled them up differently on my cart. Used my bungee cords. I didn't break a sweat. Experience. You learn shortcuts. You learn how to do it better. But I'm delivering less food because of inflation. It was just over $1,000. That's why I got a $100 payout. $100 guaranteed tip. Now, that's very cruel what they did to him. From 214 to 114 to 64. I don't know the whole story there. I mean, I'm going to reread his texts later on today when I'm chilling. And he sent me more, but I was in the middle of stuff. That happened to me once, over $20. I said, take it back. I don't want it. I gave you my word. I'll deliver it for $40. And they took away 20 or something like that. I mean, it was half. I said, keep it. Either way, I still work. But you see how these apps work? It's cruel. It's mean. So now I'm going to turn on Spark again. I gave it back. How dare you lower my pay after I drove here? Okay, you keep it. Now here we go. I figured I'll take one. It's an East Meadow pickup, a Belmore drop-off on the way home. Call it a day. I wish I ended the day. Everybody has a bad day at work. Today was a bad day in my opinion. It started off strong, but then it ended up being bad. So they're telling me this trip is now eligible for additional earnings. You know, I'm hoping they come out. I've already been here 15 minutes. I'm working on the video. I just want to call it a day now. But this happens. The order was nowhere in their system, so I just canceled it. I think it said it was going to pay me something. I'm going to Levittown one more time. It's a real F me kind of day. It's a 15 and change shop and deliver. A handful of items. Seaford drop off. And I'll call it a day. You know. This stuff happens. I mean, the Spark app is glitching and glitching and glitching and glitching. You would think at this stage they would have it together. The app shouldn't be this bad. So, okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to give it a go one more time. Let's see when I get there if it allows me to swipe I arrive to complete the shop. I'm more than happy to do it. And one thing I did notice, and I will show you. Let me see if I can. I took a screenshot. This is something I've noticed with Spark deliveries in the past couple of weeks. Customers can add tips later on. So it was just a few nights ago. It was right before I started working Spark again. And I noticed. Okay. I noticed there was money in my one account. From tips that customers added later on, like shipped. I was like, wow, where did that 15 and change come from? And I looked and it was all tips. Look at this. Just now, I got $9.20 for waiting for that order that never came out. Right before that, $2.98. That's from driving to Home Depot from East Meadow earlier. Then, an hour before that, I did complete one. $14.31. But 2 hours ago, $9.01. Oh, tips from yesterday, probably from yesterday. Got it. But I did get paid $9.20 while I worked on my video. The order never came out. I told them there was a problem with the app. The app is glitching all over the place. The notification of offers are coming your way happened at least 50 times while I waited for that order that didn't come out. So at least I got $9.20. I got $2.98 because I drove to Home Depot. And now I accepted 12 items, 15 quantity, 15 and change payout. Okay, Walmart, the one in Levittown. It's like a food store. It's like a supermarket. They got new scales, finally. And it's telling me to enter the amount of grapes and then weigh item. Now I'm going to weigh it by scanning the QR code. Delivery time updated. Okay, I got that. Wow, it worked. They had very old scales for a long time. Wow, that's good to know it worked. Perfect. I'm going to give this a go. I'm on Hillside Avenue, Union Turnpike, Hillside Avenue. I just completed a $110 payout delivery, and I gassed up with the Upside app to save money. And they have these machines in the corner. And right now this guy's cleaning his car right here at the gas station. So I'm going to give it a go. It's $8. They give you 10 minutes. And the man came out and showed me how to do it. He said, rinse it first, and then you use that brush, and soap comes out. He goes, that's all you really got to do. Rinse, brush. He goes, you can do it. You'll get it done. Now I'm watching this guy. He's cleaning his taxi. What a convenience. Again, AI, technology. This is convenient, and it's cheaper. And you don't have to think about it. You don't have to give a tip either. You're doing it yourself. Some people might be saying, what's the big deal? So it's an automatic, self-serving car wash. It's in a gas station. It's very clever. And I got gas. I said, what's this? And I saw a guy pulling up his taxi. And I think that's his wife. Then she has her car here. And they're washing their cars. It's really cheap and convenient. You're getting gas. There's 2 machines here. And when I got the tokens, you have to pay cash with the tokens to get the tokens, which I hope they start using a card soon. And they also have a vacuum here that I was reading the inside. Of course, you can use the vacuum, but they have a carpet cleaner machine, and that's what they're doing. And I said, can I ask you, what are you doing? And he goes, well, this is a carpet cleaner, and it steams it and it cleans it. You could scrub your own carpets for half the price that, if you only do it once in a while. I haven't cleaned my car in months. My rims were brown, and it's true. This car hides a lot of dirt. So I got really lucky. I said, let me give it a go. With a brush, the suds came out of it. I was like, oh my God, nothing's going to come out of this. It was sudsy. And he helped me, and he got on top. And I was like, oh, thank you very much. And she was like, nah, we're doing it good. And then he also started rinsing off my car because he was so fast with his. He had another minute or two. And I was like, oh, and he showed me. In between, I put it on rinse, it rinses it with a power wash. Then you have to turn it on the brush, and all the suds came out of the soft bristle brush. Very clever, at a gas station. And he said, this is some great investment, huh? I said, yeah, yes it is. Self-serve car wash. Thank you for coming to Mobile. They have it in the corner. It's so clever. You could clean your own car, get gas. I mean, you could get everything done in about 45 minutes and save money. Technology. Not everyone has access to a hose, has a driveway. People live small. They live in apartments. They rent. To have access to something like this that you don't have to pay monthly for, and it's cheaper, because think about it. If I went to a car wash, minimum, if you're lucky, $10 and then tax. This didn't have tax. It was just an $8 flat rate and no tip. If you don't mind sparing the 10 minutes, they give you 10 minutes with the washer. So it's very clever, and he's right. It is a wise investment. if you're into investing, there's a lot of people that don't have access to this stuff and not worrying about the soap and having the pressure wash, the fresh water, you know. Same thing with what they're doing with their carpeting now. Everything's built into the price. You don't have to worry about buying any of that stuff. Make sure, he has those rags that you dry off the cars. I had some paper towels I wiped off my windows, so they're not spotty, but it's really clever. Very handy for people who don't have everything at their fingertips. And one more thing, there was also wax. Like, you could turn it to wax, leave that last minute, put some wax on your car, and buff it down. Have the right towel. That's pretty good. You don't have to buy any of that. Everything's at your fingertips for $8. Visit myincomejob.com, and in the sidebar, check out the tag topics.